Hello, hello, hello. Hi, everyone. Welcome on screen again. Fella, it feels very much good to see you on screen, especially at this time as we have just uploaded a new video in this channel. Thank you, fella, for being here, and thank you for being considerate to Rita Finance YouTube channel. And with that said, I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome you in Rita Finance YouTube channel. And if you're new to this channel, warmly welcome. Subscribe to it. And if you're a regular viewer and you are yet to be one of our subscribers, please feel free to do so by subscribing in this channel and form part of our subscribers. Share this video with your friends, loved ones, workmates, schoolmates, relatives, or with anyone who you think is going to benefit from the teachings that have been provided in this channel. And don't forget to like this video as well. And you click the notification bell so that you can be notified once we upload a new video in our channel. This is Rita JL and warmly welcome in today's episode. So fella, in today's episode, it's all about finances, and today we're going to discuss about your business account. So what things you should do to prevent or minimize these cyber attacks or payment frauds which may happen in your business account. And without further ado, let us go the details of the story. So, fella, as your business now is growing, maybe it's from sole proprietor, and now you are going to an SME, or you are moving from an SME now to a large corporate company, there's be some changes in your business activities. So some changes will occur during this transition. Example, you'll be adding new employees, new staffs to cater the large expansion of the business. Also, you'll be adding more customer base. The customer base will be huge, and also you will engage with new suppliers or new vendors who will be providing different services in your company. So this growth usually comes with a formularized organizational financial processes, including the finance departments, or others may call it the treasury function. So as these deposits now are growing and there are funds which are flowing inside the company and outside the company, in and from the company, will increase this cash flow transactions from the company and to the company will now increase. So there'll be a need for more financial professionals to be added into your company, basically to deal with balance sheet management or payments processing, and also they'll be providing strategic insights of your business or your company. And while this business now is growing and it is within a fast pace, also the business will be quite sometimes exciting. You will have some innovations which will be coming through in your company, and expansion now should not now overshadow the need of you to have an effective risk management unit within your company. Because you are now adding new employees, and the customer base roster will now increase, and you'll be engaging with new vendors. Simply, it will make your company to be more complex. Complexity will be added in your business conduct, and it will expose now the organization to additional risks such as breaches of the conducts inside the company, also information leakage. There's some leak of information about your company, and also there'll be some fraud activities. So this is among the top topics of the top minds of most of the companies. Top executive are dealing with the breaches, the information leak, and also the fraudulent activities which now are facing these companies. So these threats will unlikely to go away very soon, while as these threats are there and they're not guaranteed a solution to it. So every participant in the financial ecosystem has to play the part. Example, the financial institution or the third-party payments processors, and you as the business or the company, you must do your best to prevent and minimize these cyber attacks and the payments frauds. So many businesses have already made some risk processes in place, and small organizations now are looking for opportunity to invest and operationalize the fight against this cyber attack. So there are some issues now, or the suggested methods which will be provided in this video on how to reduce this fraud risk and the cyber attacks. So here we go. I'll start with the number one. Number one way to minimize fraud and risk in this cyber attack is to take advantage of texts and email which notify you about the company's transactions which have been happening into your account. Remember, you as the business owner, you might have been given this the finance and accounting issues to the treasury department or to the finance department of that organization. It's really depend on this organization now, but you might request your bank to give you the notification or SMS alert in case there's any payments which have been made from your your business account. So you should take advantage of that. Whenever you receive an email or a text message from your bank notifying you about the certain payments which has been done from your account, immediately make sure you are on top and you know what's going on into business financing. So you might contact your finance and accounting department or the treasury department and ask them what this transaction is it's all about, or you might be knowing it previously that there's a certain transaction that will be conducted that day. So you have to be on top of the finances and to know each transaction which is happening through your bank account. So take that opportunity. If you get a text or an email, make sure you know that payment is for a specific vendor from a specific service which we have provided. The second method which you have to do now is to review and reconcile your bank statements on a daily basis. Remember, now your business is growing, and this is where you have to take advantage of that, the electronic bank statement, without you going to take that paper bank statement every day in your bank branch. You might not have that time. So remember, we talked about the electronic bank statements, the EBS, which you can access it through your online banking portal every day. So you might request for the EBS. Just you go inside to, or you logging into your bank's online portal, and you request the EBS, the electronic bank statement, and now you have to review that statement on daily basis to see any transactions which have been happening into account. So check if there's any discrepancy which can help you to which can give you a red flag of suspicious, or any missing payments, or any payments which have been made from your account without you being knowing, and they have been sent to someone without you being knowing, without you knowing the actual information of that payment being made. So use the opportunity to take the online electronic bank statement from the online banking portal to access bank statements on daily basis and review the transaction. Number 3, you have to verify payments and orders, or or any changes which have been made by the vendors or customers via phone or even in person, without only relying on the email. For example, a certain vendor has changed the business account which you are supposed to make payment. You have to verify with the vendor. Is it true that will now request you to change the certain payments? Because it might the email of the vendor might have been attacked by these cyber criminals, and they request you for payment to be made in certain accounts, which is not that vendor's payment. So in case there's any changes regarding payment to your vendor, please confirm with the vendor, inform, or even in person visit the vendor and ask if of the changes, if they are true from them, and don't just not only relay on the email information. Email is good, but you can also confirm through phone, and also you can confirm through in-person interaction. Number 4, another way is for you to segregate the employees' functions. So given that now the finance and accounting department is growing, even the treasury department now is growing, make sure the employees' duties are segregated. There are some employees who the same employee might be keeping the record, and the same employee now is making process for payments, is processing the payments. So you might segregate these duties. Some of the record for payments to be done by another person, and the other person to be doing the processing of that payment. Don't leave it to one person, because one person can generate a certain payment, which is a fraudulent payment from the beginning up to the end, which might bring to fraudulent activities into the company. So make sure you segregate these duties, and don't give one person to deal with all the processes from the beginning up to the end, and that person might do any fraudulent activities. So you regulate the amount of processes not to be done by only one person. So another thing which you can do under this segregation of the duties is you have to limit the number of people who are authorizing purchases from the company. So just limit the person who is dealing with the purchases of the company or with payments of the company. Limit the number of people who are processing these purchases. And number 3, under this employee functions, is you have to set a limit fund of a certain person to authorize. So just set limits within the people in the finance and accounting department of up to how much limit can a person authorize payment to these vendors or to the suppliers. So each person should have a maximum limit to authorize the banking transaction from the company's books. Number 5 method is for you to have a designated computer that is exclusively for banking transactions and restrict some issues like access to internet and email address if they can be set outside of this computer. So have a designated computer specifically for doing this, exclusively for doing this banking transaction. So similarly, do not access the company financial information by any person by any computer in that office. So limit the computers which will be having this financial information. So by doing so, you will block now the most common entry points for these criminals, for these cyber criminals. So there should be limited computers which are accessing the financial information of the company. Number 6, you should have a strong password, and you can change it frequently and prohibit the use of shared username and password within the company. So password should be changed frequently, and also limits the users to share these emails and password. And make sure also to update the login information if an employee has left the company. So if an employee has left the company, you have to update the login information. Make sure that person, if he or she have left the company, he cannot access the system when he or she's outside now the company, because an employee might have left the company, yet wherever he is or she is, she can even access and log into the system of your company. So immediately after the employee has left the company, you update the login information that the employee cannot now access the company's system. Number 7, you should not click the emails that indicates you to update a certain bank information online, and do not even provide your password or authentication credentials over the phone to anyone, because this is very unlikely for the financial institution to request you to update the credentials or authentication from you via phones. Most of the financial institution will tell you to update this information at the branch in person. So don't click these emails which tell you to update information online. No, just visit the bank, the financial institution in person and do any updates which is required. And don't do it by clicking online email or the telephone messages which tells you to provide your credentials or authentication through the phone, which is regarding your bank financial activities. So do it directly in person at the bank's branch. Number 8, you should conduct a background check to the hires or including to the new hires and the vendors. So any vendor who is coming to the bank, to the company business which you have hired, make sure you have conducted a background check with that vendor, because many successful cyber attack leverage on someone who is familiar with the company's system. So do background check for any new hire of the vendors in the company to make sure that that vendor has a good record in doing transaction with different companies. So to protect this vendor who can now to not protect this the vendor who can now have access to this financial system of the company. So make sure many of these successful vendors leverage on someone who is similar with the company financial system. So do the background check with any new vendor that is coming in your company. Number 9, also you should train and educate employees about fraud and all suspicious transaction or email, to spot suspicious transaction or email. So make sure you do regularly to train your staff against these fraud activities or any cyber attacks, so that the employees can be aware of these fraudulent activities or these cyber crimes. So you may give them the online courses. They should learn more on even how to spot suspicious email which are subject to fraudulent activities. So train them, maybe a course after every 3 months, or it's regarding or after every 6 months. So depending on the duration which you want your employees to be updated with regard to these cyber attacks. And the last one is you should form and maintain a fraudulent risk management committee. So cyber criminals are constantly innovating new ideas and techniques. And you as executive, you should meet this challenge by being heads-on, by staying up to date with the latest technological and security solutions which are provided by these security agents. So make sure that you as the executive or the owner of the company, you are updated on many solutions which are now being provided regarding this cyber attack and how to overcome these cyber criminals. So be updated with the latest technology and all the security solutions which are offered by the market on how now to protect the system of the company against these fraudulent activities and cyber attack. So thank you very much, Fela, and thank you for listening. And I'm glad that you have learned a few things from this video. Fela, keep it locked, the Rita series. And please, don't forget to tell a friend, to keep it locked with the Rita series. Until next time, this is Rita JL. Bye.